3. It is actually 12:31 a.m. right now. I was about to go to bed and I realized, wait a minute, something's missing, something's wrong. I did not post a video today. Today, I spent the entire time basically trying to figure out how I'm going to set up like the Forex course in the School of Gods and everything like that. I just knew that I couldn't go to bed without posting a video. I could have just said, it doesn't matter. I'll just, who cares? I'll just miss one day. But the thing is that like once you, it's like an addiction, right? Once you go back and you've gone like, let's say I'm 37 days on NoFap. Let's say you've been 37 days sober from smoking cigarettes, and then once you say, oh, I'm just gonna smoke this one time, I'm just gonna miss a video one time, all it does is push you right back into that addiction. It only takes one time. The temptation is always gonna be there. It never leaves you. You just have to learn how to combat it, how to control it, how to become disciplined enough to not be controlled by something. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think a lot of people understand that you're being controlled by your sexual energy. As soon as you get that signal from your brain that you're getting horny, you know what I'm saying? You're getting those freaky thoughts now, you know what I'm saying? Now that emotion is fueling those thoughts. You're unconscious. Your body is controlling you at that point. You should be a master of your body. Your body should not control you. I do think it's amazing though, once you do like kind of get into like that instinct mind, what your body does. I find like now that it's crazy. All I did was go on NoFap. I'm on 37 days now. And now it's like I've passed 30 days and now it's just like for whatever reason I just want to meditate and do yoga now. I don't know why. Now I also want to just eat better food. It's so weird. It's like a gateway drug to self-improvement or like enlightenment or self-mastery. It's just the weirdest thing to me. It's like all I did was discipline myself in one area of my life, and now the rest of my life has become more disciplined. It's just like, okay, my goal with this is to better myself. The goal with this is to become a better version of myself. And now it's like, now that I've gone 37 days on this, it's like it's become a habit. I don't want to waste my seed. I don't want to nut. I want to continue to remain on semen retention. Like I feel like there's girls that I want to link with, and I'm just like I don't want to fold. You know what I'm saying? I want to continue on this because I love the trajectory of what I've been doing. I bought a new calendar for my room, and I just feel more productive. I feel like every single day I'm working. It's like I don't wake up now and just play video games all day. It's like I constantly just want to continue with this mission of building up this Discord, getting as much people in there as possible, and then eventually taking over the metaverse. I guess that sounds crazy to some people, but it's just like, yo, dream big, bro. Aim for the moon or aim for the stars. And if you get the moon, bro, you still like, bro, you still got somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like with my trading, my goal is to be a 99% trader. I know I'm not God, so I won't be 100%. I'm going to be wrong sometimes, right? But if I aim for 99% and I get 90%, that's still amazing. That's still better than a lot. I'll be like the top 1% of traders probably. Who has a win rate like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, aim big, aim bigger. Stop putting yourself in a cage. Stop saying you can't do this. Stop saying things are impossible. There's a reason why those words are banned in my Discord, bro. And I see that it's working. People are taking that out of their vocabulary. Like, bro, that doesn't need to be a part of your vocabulary because you can do it. A lot of you think you can't. Like, I get all these messages that, yo, I'm on NoFap and I just can't stop. Like, bro, yes, you can. You just have this self-image that you're a fapper, that you're a masturbator. So you believe you can't. Oh, this is just the way I am. I have a high sex drive. Okay, I have a high sex drive too, bro. It's just ridiculous. I want to be a porn star one day. I still do. You feel me? I don't care if I'm on NoFap, nigga. I'm just a bitch. I just can't nut for the bitch. But I know they probably gonna try to force me to do that, so I might have to do OnlyFans, whatever. That's another story for another day. But it's just like, bro, I have a high sex drive too. And if I can go 37 days on NoFap and still, and like, bro, I want to keep going. I don't want to stop. I want to go into this new year, this new me. You feel me? I don't want to say, oh yeah, I'm just gonna bust a nut and then I'm gonna change next year. No, because like, bro, like if it's not now, it's never. You're never gonna change. So you can keep sitting there and feeling bad for yourself and keep saying, oh, like, I'm not good enough. I can't stop. I can't help it. That's just how your ego rationalizes it. Every time you do something like that, your ego's job is just to defend you from feeling bad. That's your ego's job. So you do semen, you release your seed, and your ego just says, "Oh, it's okay, it's okay." You know what I'm saying? That's just the way you are. You just have a high sex drive. Oh, it doesn't really matter. It's not that important. These are all the thoughts that it puts in your head about semen retention, about your seed. It tells you that it doesn't matter at all. When it's funny because that same ego, it is the devil. The ego is the same reason you even like decided maybe you tried to go on NoFap, and then your ego just started to tempt you. Your ego said, "Oh, it's okay, just go ahead." You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do that. Okay, look, I'm just gonna watch one video on Pornhub, just one. I'm not gonna even touch myself. Then that one video turns into 2. And the next video turns into 3. Next thing you know, you're naked. It escalates. It's simple psychology, actually. It's called the foot in the door method. If you can get somebody to just do one little thing, it's a lot easier for them to take the next step. So that's why, like, let's say if you wanted to sleep with a woman, all you have to say is, yeah, let's lay down and watch Netflix. Now you lay down next to her. She got her foot in the door. Oh, let's just cuddle. Got her foot in the door again. Oh, let's just cuddle naked. We're not even going to do anything. Got her foot in the door again. Next thing you know, you're doing the whole shebang. The ego does the same thing to you every single time you get those urges. And you give in every single time. Because you think those thoughts are you. But if you learn to watch the thinker, if you learn to watch your thoughts, you'll start to see how your ego is almost separate from you. Your ego is so judgmental to all the people around you. Your ego is actually very insecure, and that's why it's always trying to rationalize things and trying to make things you do in a good light so you don't have to feel that insecurity, because that ego always feels attacked. Once you realize that you are not your ego, you are able to separate from it. This version of you that masturbates every day, where does it lead? 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What kind of person do you think you would be? Like, just think about this. I'm gonna end it in this. Think about the businessman. There's 2 businessmen. One businessman wakes up every single day and gets straight to work. The other businessman he's a good worker, but he's addicted to masturbating and has to masturbate 3 times a day. Out of those 2 businessmen, who's going to get the most work done? Clearly, the businessman that just gets up and gets straight to work. He's more focused and he's able to put more energy into his craft. The one that maybe is a good worker, but is completely controlled by sexual energy, wastes probably 1/3 of his day masturbating. So instead of becoming the head of the company in a year, maybe, or scaling his company to $1 million, multi-million dollars, $1 billion, the one that masturbates every single day probably ends up plateauing. Probably ends up to a place where he's complacent and doesn't even grow anymore, or isn't growing at that big of a rapid pace because you're distracted. You're worried about this simple short-term pleasure that only lasts like a few minutes, a few seconds. If you learn to work for long-term gratification, there's nothing you can't achieve. Because now you'll work based on faith. You'll post a video every single day on YouTube. Because you know that if you're consistent, if you work hard, it's inevitable. So which one is it? Short-term pleasure and a bad life, or long term and a bright future. You make the choice.